I'm struck by the similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result.
James Cameron breaks his silence on the submersible Titan tragedy.
I think it's just astonishing. It's really quite surreal.
On ABC News, the Titanic director shares what he knew of the voyage that took 5 passengers to see the Titanic's wreckage site. That ended, sadly, with all of them losing their lives.
Many people in the community were very concerned about this sub, and a number of the top players in the deep submergence engineering community even wrote letters to the company saying that what they were doing was too experimental to carry passengers and that needed to be certified.
And James says he knows the trip to wreckage all too well.
I made 33 dives. I actually calculated that I've spent more time on the ship than the captain did back in the day. You know, as a submersible designer myself, I designed and built a sub to go to the deepest place in the ocean, 3 times deeper than Titanic. So I understand the engineering problems associated with building this type of vehicle and all the safety protocols that you have to go through.
Titanic was called the ship of dreams. And it was. It really was.
Of course, James is celebrated as the Oscar-winning director behind Titanic, the 1997 film based on the 1912 voyage, where the ship tragically sank after hitting an iceberg.
It's gonna hit!
One of my goals in making the film was to essentially take the audience in a time machine and put them on the deck of the Titanic.
And now, over 100 years later, James is comparing the Titan's demise to that of the Titanic's.
For a very similar tragedy where warnings went unheeded to take place at the same exact site, with all the diving that's going on all around the world, I think it's just astonishing. It's really quite surreal.
After days of searching, the 5 people on board of the submersible are believed to be dead.
In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families.
One of those passengers, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a friend of James, whom he's now mourning.
PH Nargeolet, the French legendary submersible dive pilot, a friend of mine. You know, it's a very small community. I've known PH for 25 years. For him to have died tragically in this way is almost impossible for me to process.